Kasper, it's your second season now in the Europa League. How are you and the squad viewing the competition this time around?
Same as last time around. We want to get as far as we can in the competition. It's a competition that we feel that we have a chance to go far in. European football isn't easy to achieve, so we're going to make the most of it.
And if I can ask you about Youri Tielemans, he was speaking yesterday and he said he wants to keep as many options open to him as possible with 2 years left of his contract. Just how important is he to Leicester City?
I saw that interview. I think it was the journalist leading him more than anything. But yeah, Youri's a world-class player, and I think he's shown over his time here what an important player he is to what we're trying to do here. Yeah, from my point of view, from a selfish point of view, I obviously hope that he's here for many more years.
That was my question to Youri yesterday. So
yeah, I know. I heard.
I promise I didn't lead him. I asked him a direct question about how his contract.
It was a cleverly crafted question.
Fair enough. Listen, let me ask you about the Europa League. I mean, look, it was a big learning curve for a lot of the young players last season. But when you look at the other teams in the competition as a whole, not just your group, is there any team that you see, any squad that you see that's got more quality than Leicester? Is there anybody that's better than Leicester in this competition?
To be honest, it's never been our approach to really look at others. We look at ourselves more than anything. I think when I look into our dressing room, I have every reason always to be supremely confident against any opponent. There are without question top class sides in this competition, and there will be top class sides coming into this competition from the Champions League. So it's one of those situations where you can't always say, because you don't know who's going to be coming into the competition. And from us, the most important thing we've always done is look inwards and look what we have within ourselves and what we can do. And like I said, if I'm looking into our dressing room, I'm always very confident.
And finally, for me, Kasper, there's a lot of discussion at the moment about the idea of a biennial World Cup. In fact, your dad's been talking about it in favour of it. But that aside, what's your view, please?
It hasn't even crossed my mind, to be honest. Like I've said many times, with the greatest respect to you guys, I don't really read or listen to a lot of things. So I don't really have an opinion on it yet, because I don't really know too much about it.
I wonder whether I could ask you, first and foremost, of course, this is your first official season as the club captain, what you maybe look at and run the rule over the start of the season like, and what it's been like stepping into Wes' shoes, clearly for the majority of last season, and this one officially as club captain as well.
To be club captain is one of the greatest honours you can achieve, an individual honour that you can achieve in football. So it's a great honour to me. Massive shoes to fill in terms of Wes's, both figuratively and literally. Yeah, we've had a decent start to the season. We've had some tough games, been in some tough situations, but overall we are finding our feet, finding our rhythm, and tomorrow is a great opportunity for us to get more game time and to get that rhythm going a bit better leading into the weekend. So I think it's been an okay start. It hasn't been a blistering start, but we're building. And like I said in my answer before, I'm looking into our dressing room. I'm very, very confident that we'll get a good run, and we'll be up there competing.
And final one from me, Kasper. I wonder what you make of Napoli, because it's another European giant coming to King Power Stadium, and you've been involved in nights like the Atletico Madrid night, the Sevilla night, the King Power. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting tomorrow, and what do you make of your opponents as well?
Well, I'm hoping for another special night. We haven't had too many of them. The ones we have had, I've thoroughly enjoyed. So yeah, I think last season being in the competition without fans, that sort of detracted a little bit for the experience for not just the players, but obviously the fans missing out on those kind of evenings. They're always special. And another, like you said, another very, very big club coming to the King Power, a side that have in the last, 10, 15 years, been been challenging some of the biggest teams in the world, definitely some of the biggest teams in Italy. So, yeah, we're expecting a tough game. They've got quality all over the pitch. We know they're a very, very good side, and we know that they can be dangerous for us. So, we've been working very, very hard this week to make sure that we're ready for that.
Yannick Vestergaard joined the club this summer, and obviously you know him better than anybody else in the team. What's he like to play with, and what do you feel he's going to bring to the club this season and over the future? Yeah, obviously, I've never made a secret of me being a Yannick Vestergaard fan. He's a top class player. I think I played with him at international level. And always felt very, very secure. I think that's probably the biggest compliment I can pay any defender is feeling secure behind them. He's a big guy, but still very mobile. Got incredible feet, incredible range of passing. He's a threat in both boxes. He's very, very good defensively in our box, and from set pieces he can certainly score goals. So for me, he's at an age now where he's coming into his best years. And luckily they're going to be for Leicester City. And personally, very, very happy he's here. I think as a character, he suits this club very, very well. He's a talker. He's a leader. Always has been. Ever since he was in the under-21s for Denmark, he was captain there. He's always been a guy that people look to, and a guy who always gives an honest, fair, and very measured opinion of things. So yeah, he's fitted in really, really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him do well in a Leicester shirt. And can I ask as well about Danny Ward? I think we saw his quality. He feels he's able to sort of push you and make you better. Is that how you feel about the situation and the way he's playing? Do you feel like you've improved because he's there providing competition?
I think Wardy is an absolute top class goalkeeper. He showed it at the Euros. I think every single time he's played for Leicester as well, he's shown his quality. So I don't think you can anything but improve when you train with someone of that quality. We have Eldin Jakupovic here, very experienced goalkeeper who personally I've learned a lot from as well, and I think Wardy would say the same. So we have a really, really good goalkeeping group, a group that I personally enjoy working with, respect a lot. And each goalkeeper in the group has massive quality, and we push each other every single day. And we never leave the field without feeling like we've gotten better in some kind of way. That's a major thing when you're in a unit like that, is that you have a respect, and you make each other better all the time. And Wardy and Eldin certainly do that.
For the second time in your career at Leicester last season, you did something that the club had never achieved before in its history. Yet on the final day of the season, there was that clear sense of disappointment. You're not making the top four. What's your assessment of where Leicester are now as a club, and what steps do you still think need to be taken to fulfil the potential?
Obviously, there's always going to be disappointment when you're that close. But if someone had offered me the FA Cup in 5th at the start of the season, I'd have taken that any day of the week. For me, football's about winning trophies, and we did that. So last season was I only look back on that with fond memories and as a success. Would we have liked to have finished that? Of course we would, but it wasn't to be. So we are in a very, very good place. We have had a lot of recent success, but recent success also means that you now have a choice to make. Do you sit and are you content with that, or do you want to progress and want to move on? And that's what this club wants to do. That's what this club has always wanted to do, and the club continues to show it in the backing, in just the training ground like this, in the expansion of the stadium, in the transfer market. The club's always looking to improve and to get better, and that's the most important thing to me is when you're in an organisation who has had success, that the hunger's still there, because you can't become complacent, you can't become timid, because that's when you take the foot off the gas. And we've always got to be looking for what's next. We can't use the past really for anything. The past is done, and for us it's always about looking forward and what's next. So there are many steps that we can still take, and we're looking to improve every single day. And this season is another opportunity. We're in 4 competitions again.
that are all within a scope for us. So we so we keep working hard on improving.